in between Christmas Day and, well, your next plans, I suppose, as we prepare to ring in the new year. And what happens, of course, at this time of year, we find out who has got a nod for being successful in whatever field that they are in terms of the New Year's honours. We know we'll find out exactly who's up for what at 10:30 tonight once that embargo is released. But let's get a view before all of that and find out who might be in the running for it and speak to the honours and awards expert. Mark Llewellyn-Slade, good morning to you.
Morning, Andrew.
Happy Christmas to you as well. Tell me about the honours system then. Give us some background. How does it all work?
Well, it's been around for over 100 years now. And when it comes to the New Year honours and indeed the birthday honours list in June, we tend to focus on the celebrities, the sporting supremos, actors, pop stars and the like. But the vast majority of recipients are what I describe as being extraordinary, ordinary people. People doing great work in the community for charity, as well as outstanding philanthropists and entrepreneurs, doctors, academics. There really is a diverse mix of people who get them. And, of course, any worthy person based anywhere in the world who meets the criteria can be nominated for an honour, like an OBE or a knighthood. You don't have to be a British citizen or even live in the UK. So it really is open to any outstanding person across the globe.
And what does it mean if you're getting a CBE compared to an MBE? Who's more important?
Oh, right. So the pecking order starts with a BEM, a British Empire Medal. Then it goes MBE, so you're a member of the Order of the British Empire. Then OBE, officer. CBE, a commander. And then a knighthood's the big one, or a damehood.
Okay, so we're going...
those are the main ones.
I want the knighthood, I think, but I've got quite a long way off.
Aim for the top.
Who are you tipping to win, then?
Well, I think Ben Stokes must be in the running, given his cricketing heroics over the last few months for the England team. Possibly the whole team, actually, because there is a precedent there with the Rugby World Cup back in 2003, when the whole of the 31-man Rugby World Cup winning squad got an MBE. And also the coach, Clive Woodward, you may recall, got a knighthood, the big one.
Yeah.
Martin Johnson, the captain, got a CBE. The great Johnny Wilkinson, of course, went from an MBE, which he already had, up to an OBE. So I think Ben Stokes must stand a good chance. Nigel Faraj, of course. Bit of a controversial one, but Nick Clegg was given a knighthood a couple of years ago as a thank you for his services to politics, as was Graham Brady.
What about Greta Thunberg?
Yeah. I think she's a contender. I mean, outspoken Swedish teenager, environmentalist. She might be a bit too young, and the Cabinet Office may want to see a slightly longer-term impact from her, but I certainly think it's only a matter of time with her, really. And Noel Fitzpatrick, the super vet. Yes. Of course, I received more emails from members of the public suggesting that Noel should get recognised than anybody else, believe it or not. Benjamin Zephaniah, the poet, playwright, musician, you name it. Amazing that he hasn't got anything. And, of course, we got our athletes, Dina Asher-Smith, of course, Katrina Johnson-Thompson. I think they could be in the running. Megan Rapinoe, the American soccer player. She's won everything from 2 World Cups to FIFA Women Player of 2019. And, of course, she's an LGBT activist, equal pay for female footballer, campaigner, you name it. And, of course, she's American, but as I mentioned before, anyone based anywhere in the world can be nominated.
Do you get a letter or a phone call when you find out?
You get a letter about 6 weeks before, so mid-November people will have received a letter. So they know already.
They know already before we do.
They know, yes, and the letter is carefully worded. It says that the Queen is minded to give that person whatever it is, MBE, OBE, and should she do so, would you accept it? And you have to tick a yes or no box and send the letter back.
Oh, yes.
And that's to make sure that no one's included on the list who is then going to turn it down, because that would be a bit embarrassing.
It would be embarrassing, and you'd end up in the Tower, potentially. Well, maybe not. But what does everybody get to go to the palace? And, you know, sometimes you get, you know, when you're being knighted, I think you do get to see Her Majesty, but if she's available. Is that how it works?
It's not always the palace. It might be Windsor Castle or another venue, but generally speaking, you will go, and it is usually the palace, and it's sometimes the Queen that dishes them out, or she might delegate that to one of the other senior royals. But yeah, it's definitely get the hat on, take your, you know, close friend, husband, wife, whatever, glad rags on, off to the palace. And, and of course, if you get a knighthood, then you get to kneel down in front of the Queen and the sword comes out on the shoulder.
And do you get some perks? Do you get, what are the benefits if you are knighted?
Oh, gosh. Well, it's the most prestigious award in the world, so it's globally recognised. It will raise that person's profile, enhance their reputation, and instill trust, of course, that vital ingredient in all walks of life. But also, a lot of people say it's not just about them. It's the platform it gives, the causes in which they promote, because the vast majority of honours go to ordinary people, as I mentioned, who are working tirelessly for charity and the community and that kind of thing. So it really gives these people a platform to promote what they feel strongly about.
Thank you so much for coming and explaining. Fascinating insight into the honours system. That is Mark Llewellyn-Slade, the honours and awards expert. We will know. They already know the recipients, but we will be able to tell you after 10:30 this evening, when that embargo, as it is called, is lifted, exactly who has won what.